want to thank you so much. I'm interviewing the mayor of Walnut Creek, Luella. I want to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to interview you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. It's lovely to be here in my own home, talking to you in your home place. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I like, as you know, we talked about earlier, I created a Facebook group to support our local restaurants, and in about a matter of a month, and actually in 2 days it'll be exactly 1 month, it's gotten to close to 4,000. And not only has it helped local restaurants, but it's been inspirational, because a lot of these restaurants, they're struggling themselves, yet they're supporting and they're helping hospitals, they're helping Monument Crisis, Food Bank. I mean, it's become like a movement, and it's beautiful. And we want to keep this thing going, and we want to make sure, everybody does their part as a community to keep these businesses alive. So I'd like to, first of all, ask you, what is the city doing for local businesses, like especially the ones that are open, to be able to help them out?
Yeah, there's a particular focus on our downtown, where most of our restaurants are that are available. It isn't true. I mean, we also remember there are restaurants all over the city. So the first thing we did was to realize that we no longer needed to have parking meters to manage traffic and parking. So we have put them to sleep. They are no longer necessary. You no longer have to bring coins or credit cards. There is no parking fee to come and pick up your food at a restaurant in Walnut Creek.
That's wonderful. And
Yeah.
also, we had talked about, you had said something about the signs, because I know City of Walnut Creek is very strict on their signs. Can you tell us about that?
We have a pretty strict signage ordinance, and ordinarily we don't allow people to just stick up banners and things like that. But this is a challenging time for restaurants and all businesses that are open. It isn't just restaurants. And so we've allowed a relaxation of our requirements. The only thing we care about is that it's not in any way going to endanger somebody who is going to come to the area and essentially patronize the business. But on the other hand, you do need to know that you're open and ready and anxious to serve, and get that rapport early on, so you know where to park at the free parking space.
Correct. Now, you were talking earlier about there was a website for a resource for like
Yes.
business.
Our city website, which is walnut-creek.org, has a whole section of businesses that have let us know that they're open, and we have it so that it sorts by area of Walnut Creek and by definition. For example, there are grocery stores and there are restaurants, and there are other kinds of essential businesses that are open, so that if you've got a particular need to bond to that, then that's very helpful. And if anybody's watching this and they're not on our listing and they are in Walnut Creek, please have them let us know about them, because we'd like to include their businesses in our listing as well.
That's wonderful. That's great. Is the city actually, because I know right now, I'm assuming the city is considered essential, correct?
Yes. Well, yes and no. There are parts of the city that are deemed to be essential, and there are parts of the city where workers, staff members are at home working remotely. For example, our development department is reviewing all the development plans and taking all the steps for all that's necessary up to the point where they issue the final permit to begin, so that if somebody is in the process of making a plan for something that needs review, they're there and they're doing it virtually on the website, through the website. So, yeah. We have. I'm gonna go on a little further about our website, because we have a special telephone line for seniors and people who have seniors in their responsibility and may have questions that are managed by our senior advisory corps. We have a volunteer hookup situation on our website as well. So if you or anybody in Walnut Creek or even outside of Walnut Creek wants to come and adopt persons and maybe run some errands and things like that, that's all done through our city website as well. It's pretty robust.
You said there's a phone number also too?
Yes, I didn't write it down, but it's on the website.
It's on the website. Okay, great.
Absolutely. All of this is available on the website. And before you dismiss me, I have another piece of news I want to share.
Yes.
And that's that the council and the city staff are really starting to look forward to the next phase and what we can do with the city has some finance issues now because of the shutdown as well, like all of the people. We're trying to come up with many ideas to attract people downtown that isn't necessarily just come and open your wallet. We're trying to figure out ways to make Walnut Creek a vibrant place and a warming, inviting place for people to come and visit and remember the good old days.
Yeah, actually, Walnut Creek, I love Walnut Creek. When I first came to America, the first place we lived, my uncle picked us up at the airport in 1982, and we came to Walnut Creek. We went to Creekside, and there used to be a Lucky's there, and now I believe it's a pet store. And I couldn't speak English back then, so I would ask my uncle. I said, "Uncle, what does that mean, Lucky?" And he says, "Son, whoever is lucky gets to walk into that place." So as a child, we lived on Creekside, and I would always come and go to Blondie's Pizza. But yeah, I have such a great memory of Walnut Creek. It's changed a lot in 40 years. But, I tell my wife, I go, we live in Pleasant Hill now, but I said our next destination is definitely going to be Walnut Creek. You guys have done an excellent job with downtown Walnut.
So to balance that out, actually, I lived in Pleasant Hill for about 20 years. And Pleasant Hill is like my second heart home in California. So we have that in common.
Wonderful. Okay, so then you said for the community, so we talked about businesses. Any other resources for businesses? Now, I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, but like with business licensing and all that, whatever they got.
Right. We just last night approved a deferral of people's business licenses, and so it's now official. Council approved it, and we are trying to be sensitive to the needs of the businesses and trying to find ways that we can work together.
That's wonderful.
I think I think there are great opportunities ahead for all of us, and it's just a matter of hanging in there while the going is tough.
Exactly. Yes, I agree. So that deferral is going to be wonderful. Do you have any details on it yet about is it a couple month deferral or anything?
It's a couple of months deferral, yeah.
Couple of months of deferral. That's wonderful. That will definitely help. Anything else for the community that, I know you said there was for seniors, anything else that families that they should, now all the parks and stuff, they're kind of not really, you can't go to any parks right now.
Yeah,
correct?
we did make the decision to close the parks, but our Arts and Recreation Department has a bunch of virtual events happening on our website where people can go to things like dance school and other things, so that there are many family-oriented events through that website as well. And as time goes on, our fingers are crossed that it's not going to go on forever and ever, but as things go on, we get smarter and smarter about how to expand those things. Yes.
Yeah. I think this pandemic it's going to change our lives forever, but I think in a good way. The whole families coming together, and like the governor said today, he said this is not a switch, it's more like a dimmer. It's something that's going to take time, but I think what I love about this is it's brought families together and it's brought the community together, and this is what.
Oh, absolutely. My motto when I took over as mayor in December is Walnut Creek works together, and it is absolutely a fact. And I couldn't have chosen better, even it was just luck, actually, that it works so well right now. But it has been Walnut Creek and how they are very supportive of one another and the entire East Bay community.
That's right. Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
No, it's nice to meet you, and thank you for the work you do. You look like you're a very entrepreneurial and compassionate person. So it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you. It was very nice meeting you. Thank you so much. And I wish you the best for you and your family. And thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.